Hi everybody! Thought I'd read you a story about pirates, seeing though it's Pirate Week. This one's called Pirate Jam and it's by Joe Brown. Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, in the middle of the deep blue sea, lived a gang of pirates. As there were only two of them, you couldn't really call them a gang. Maybe you could just call them a pair of pirates. Their names were Fredbeard and Little Jim. Fredbeard's friend called him Fred, and Jim wasn't little at all. Well, he was once. They had a little sea dog called Patch. Let me see. I wonder why he's called Patch. He's got a patch like Mrs. Wilson, but I can't read a story if I put my patch over my eye. Fred and Little Jim weren't fierce pirates at all. They were thrown out of pirate school exams because they'd failed all their exams. You two be useless pirates, said their teacher. There's their teacher, who doesn't look very happy, does he? They look even worse, they look even sadder. Oh, pirates. They'd rather have a cup of tea than a bottle of grog. They couldn't buckle swashes. Oh, swashbuckling. Yay, I've got my cutlass to be swashbuckling. And they always held their treasure maps up the wrong way. Oh dear, they don't sound like the best of pirates, do they? You can't read a pirate map the wrong way. You won't be able to find where you're going to get the treasure from. Now, Little Jim and Fred had no idea how to splice the main brace or hoist the sails, and they found shivering timbers of a bit of a bore, and they always got seasick. There they are getting ropes all tied up with themselves. That's what you do when you're hoisting the main brace. You're using all the ropes on the rigging and things. And what are they doing here? Oh, feeling a bit sick on a boat. Can't feel sick if you're going to be a pirate, can you? Instead of making someone walk the plank, they'd rather walk the dog. There he is, he's gone off the picture already, which suited Patch fine. After leaving pirate school, Fred and Little Jim sailed around for a little while until they spotted the perfect island to make their home. But Little Jim looks like he's going to live there, and the other pirate looks like he's going to live there. They both look happy. They built a house. They built a little house from driftwood and other things they found on the beach. And in the garden, they built a shed where Fred stored anything he thought might be useful. Little Jim tried to keep it tidy. So Mrs. Wilson was wrong. There's their little shed, their little house that they've made out of driftwood, and this is their shed. And Fred's taken all the things in there to keep it tidy. It sounds like Big Jim's not very tidy. Sounds like he'd put things in cupboards and not put them in the right place. Once they'd settled in, Fred and Little Jim needed something to do. They wanted to be useful pirates. Little Jim tried gardening, but Fred buried too much treasure in the vegetable patch, so there wasn't much room for anything else. Look, he's digging to put his vegetables in, and there's a great big pirate's chest. What would you rather dig up in your garden? Slugs ate all of their lettuces, the tomatoes wouldn't ripen, and the strawberries were all mushy. Oh dear, Little Jim. I can't tell whether he's stood up or whether he's laid down going, oh dear, I don't think gardening's just for us. Oh, but Patch looks happy. What's he digging for? A bone. Fred tried being a postman, but he got everything muddled up because he held the map the wrong way up. Oh, he wouldn't find the right houses, would he? He delivered the right letters to the wrong people. He squashed parcels, especially the ones marked do not squash, and he delivered birthday cards 3 days late. That would be no good. You need your birthday cards on your birthday, don't you? His cutlass was a problem too. Oh dear. Oh, I've got my trusty cutlass. It accidentally tore open packages and things were always spilling out, like knitting needles, left shoes and pieces of jigsaw puzzles, usually bits of sky. Fred collected all these leftover bits and put them in his shed. There is Fred trying to be a postman with all the things that he's dropped, look. Wouldn't be very good having a delivery of shoes if you only had one, unless you had a peg leg. That means you've got a wooden leg because you're a pirate and maybe a crocodile's eating the other one. One night there was a terrible storm. Fred, Little Jim and Patch were warm and dry in their cosy house. They were glad they weren't out at sea like their old friends from pirate school. Having a chat at the Oh, it looks like they're having some biscuits and some tea sitting in their comfy armchairs, look. The next day, lots of boxes washed up on the shore. The pirates went to investigate, but they found no pirate treasure, no gold coins, no yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. In the boxes were sacks of sugar and brightly coloured wool. Sacks of sugar and wool, and I spy something in one over there. It's Patch. Sounds like my Charlie. Charlie likes getting in boxes. The pirates gathered up the boxes and stored the salvage in their shed. Salvage is something that you've got that somebody's lost or somebody doesn't need anymore. They've salvaged it, saved it. Oh, guess where it's going? Yes, in their shed. Fred said it would be useful someday. There they are carrying the big boxes. Little Jim looked doubtful, but he liked to keep the beach tidy. There wasn't much room left in the shed. One day, Fred and Little Jim were having a nice cup of tea and a slice of toast. It would be grand if we had something to put on this here toast, said Little Jim. Oh, what would you like on toast? I like chocolate spread. Fred had a bright idea. Ding! He'd had a bright idea before. Oh no, he hadn't had a bright idea before, so he had to lie down for a while. It was such a shock. There he is having his bright idea. When he got up, Fred picked all the squishy strawberries, then he went to the shed and found the shipwrecked sugar. He put it all in a big pan on the stove and boiled it up to make jam. Then he poured it into jars and drew his picture on the labels. Aha! It be pirate jam! Fred made some more toast for Little Jim, this time with jam. There we go, making it into jars, look. After finishing his toast, Little Jim went to tidy the shed. He'd almost finished when he spotted the shipwrecked wool and some knitting needles. He thought, oh, it's getting a bit chilly these days. Maybe I could make us some jumpers. He remembered how his granny had taught him to knit years before. There he is thinking, look, and he's holding his chin like he's thinking. Soon he had a whole box of woolly jumpers, socks and scarves. He showed them to Fred, who had another good idea. He was getting used to it by now. Let's take our jam and our jumpers to the market. There he is doing his knitting. There's lots of jumpers there, aren't there? Yes. Oh, the market was very busy. There's lots of people at the market. Yo ho ho, pirate jam, have a taste. Ahoy me matey, stripy jumpers, try 'em on. Oh yes, pirates like stripes, don't they? Soon, everyone had heard about the delicious strawberry jam and the warm, snuggly jumpers. By the end of the day, the pirates had sold everything and had a big bag of gold to take home. They decided not to bury it in the garden this time. Fred Beard and Little Jim had finally proved that they were very useful pirates, and they didn't even need to go to sea. There they are at the end of the day, look, with all their money that they've earned by making their jam and making their jumpers, because they didn't like going to sea, did they? Oh look, I think this might be a map of the island. Well done, Fred Beard and Little Jim. I hope you enjoyed that story. Okay, see you soon. Bye.